Hello guys, this is Zoronden and I am back from Chicago Comic-Con. So let's get into today's Starcraft match, and I brought down the nameplate that was already up. In the bottom left corner we are going to have the red Protoss, sGMrMonday. And in the bottom right corner, the blue Zerg, BrokeBack, or BrokeBack. BrokeBack. Say that however you want. Anyways, a few minor points here I want to bring up. This is the last StarCraft 2 match I'm going to cast that is on the old patch. So, I've been having some frame rate issues with the old replays, so this is the last one I'm going to do. So if you've sent in any replays before today, August 14th, I'm not going to cast those. So I need some new replays from you guys, some newly played on the new 1.5 patch. So send them in, guys. I'm hungry for new games from you guys. As well, I want to talk a little bit about Comic-Con as this game kind of ramps up. Obviously, many of you may or may not know, I assume most of you know, I was at Comic-Con Chicago this weekend. Had a lot of fun there. I met William Shatner, Scott Bakula, Avery Brooks, Star Trek captains, if you don't know that. Colin Cunningham, who plays Pope on Falling Skies. Lou Ferrigno. Oh, just a bunch of people. It was a lot of fun. Bruce Campbell went to his panel. That was hilarious. Saw the Batmobile from 1966. The Ghostbusters car. The DeLorean from Back to the Future. Just had a lot of fun. And if anybody's interested in going Comic-Con, you ever get the opportunity, I highly advise that you go. And I realize I haven't been moving the camera around at all that whole time. I'm going to get to that. But yeah, go to Comic-Con if you ever get the opportunity. It is a grand old time. You will really enjoy yourself, and just highly recommended it. Had a great time. I did put up a vlog on my channel, as well as a few pictures on my Facebook last night. They are low quality, unfortunately. That is the big lesson I learned, is I'm going to take an HD camera next time I go. But in the meantime, we'll do with what we have, and as I said, little recommendation, go to Comic-Con if you're ever afforded the opportunity. Anyways, let's check in on this match, and as I go into this match, I do want to say there may be some skips or jumps here. That is, again, because of the old replay having some frame rate issues. Again, we'll be moving on to new replays after this one, so that won't be an issue anymore. Anyways, we have seen that BrokeBack went for his fast expand. He did, of course, grab the pool after that fast expand. He is now grabbing some lings, and that is why Mr. Monday is going to run away with his probe here. He does not need to unwillingly lose it, whatever. Now, I was watching Mr. Monday a bit, and I thought he was going for a Forge Fast Expand, but he's obviously grabbed a Gateway, a Pylon. He put a Gateway down here and then canceled it, and now has grabbed a Cybernetics Core. That was a neat little move if it had completed his wall off, which obviously it didn't do because we just saw that probe waltz right in. So I'm not quite sure what Mr. Monday is doing at the moment. If we go to the Units tab, we'll notice that he only has 15 probes. Unfortunately, that is a very bad situation to be in. Fortunately, BrokeBack only has 4 Zerglings at the moment, and that one is dead due to that cannon. That cannon is going to hold the line for Mr. Monday for quite a while. Obviously, Zerglings are quite weak against cannons. And there goes that fast expand. Well, it's not a fast expand anymore. There goes the expansion for Mr. Monday at his natural. And not even quite yet saturated here. He could definitely use some more probes on here. You can fit about, I want to say 23. I'm not perfect on those numbers yet, so please don't quote me on that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that number. Whatever. We're going to move on. It is late, and I need to get you some StarCraft. So, this is a little bit more what it'll look like, and that's the exact same amount of units. I'm going to eat my own words here. I know. No, oh, okay. Yeah, he is missing a few units here. I was right. I just doubted myself. Whatever. Let's move on. We can see that BrokeBack is going for lots of gas, as he is getting triple gas expansion right now, as well as a Roach Warren. So he is looking up to ramp up into mass Roach production, and that is going to cause some serious issues for Mr. Monday, as he still has only probes on the field And as this is somewhat of a turtle match at the moment, and I'm having frame rate issues, I'm going to boost the speed up for a little bit, and we're just going to kind of watch that production tab, or that unit tab, I guess. Let's pull up the production tab. We have a Phoenix on the field as well, and those roaches are moving out a little bit. They're starting to kind of wander around with an Overseer as well. Just kind of a preventative move against Dark Templar. I don't really recommend you do that. It's just a waste of money, frankly. Especially if your opponent's getting Phoenix that are going to go and pop it off from roaches who can't even defend it. Of course, he doesn't know that at the moment. But we do have plenty of cannons going down now for Mr. Monday as well. Should probably be focusing on his economy instead of cannons, as well as getting more gateways. Unfortunately, this is a really, really late time to have 4 gates. You want to have 4 gates, obviously, way sooner than this. And I'm not saying you need to do a 4-gate strategy. You just need to have more gates sooner. Because obviously, you can't produce units with 1 gate. Now, we're going to see some Phoenix harass here out of Mr. Monday. Hopefully this works well for him. Obviously, there's only a few queens on the field that can do any kind of defend. And wow, look at that. That is an ice oversaturation. If he does expand here, which he's doing, he should be able to move drones down. Let's see if this queen can do anything against this Phoenix. They should levitate that queen right there. And there they do. They're going to take her down quite easily. And is that the only queen on the field for BrokeBack? No, there is one more queen on the field. Not quite sure where it is. And there it is sitting there. Here come a few Hydralisks, though. There are only 2 on the field at the moment. He's going to need definitely more of those. But these 2 might be enough to chase off a Phoenix as they are low on energy. 1 could be lifted, but not 2. So they are going to have to pull out for the moment. Obviously, the roaches kind of chasing the Phoenix. Not really the most effective use of the roaches. And check out that changeling just sitting there right by the detector. I thought when changelings got detected, they would be shot. That is a curious situation going on there. But either way, BrokeBack is getting a nice view of sGMrMonday's base for the moment. And these Phoenix are coming back. The Hydras have left, and they're going to pop off a few more drones. Unfortunately, this is not a very good drone harassment system. If he really wants to make use of these Phoenix, he needs to be hunting down Overlords, because that's about all BrokeBack has at this time. And now Spore Crawlers are going to be going up, so that's obviously going to pretty much end anything these Phoenix hope to be doing in the near future, of course. And finally, sGMrMonday does indeed now have a good unit composition. If I can hit the right key, I will bring up that unit tab for you. And he's got 9 Stalkers, a Void Ray, 1 Zealot, and 4 Phoenix. Okay, so not really a good composition, but he does have units, which obviously you need units to win the game of Starcraft. Now, Phoenix number 4 is going to join his Phoenix buddies, and they're going to have a bonfire over here in the sky. They're going to move over here, start picking off a queen. Overseer's going to move in, do nothing. The Hydras are obviously causing some issues. Unfortunately, this Phoenix harass is just not really doing much for Mr. Monday. It is making BrokeBack spend a lot of money on Spore Crawlers, which obviously is sort of helpful for Mr. Monday. But now he's in a gauntlet of Spore Crawlers. I am surprised he didn't lose one there. And he's going to go and try out the 3rd. That does not work. He's going to send these guys home. Keep them for another day. Obviously, you do not need to can them at the moment. They will be useful down the road, hopefully, for him. And he's continuing to get out some Void Rays, which isn't a bad idea. Get some Void Rays to accompany your Phoenix, and that should make a decent composition. Now, his main is starting to get mined out. He needs to be looking to grab a 3rd. In fact, he should have grabbed it quite a while ago. But definitely when your main starts running out like that, grab a 3rd or a 2nd or whatever level you're playing at. If your minerals are running out, you need to find a new location for those probes to go mine once that base does indeed empty. Obviously, if you're not mining, you're not getting anything done. We do see a few more changeling pop into Mr. Monday's base. And he's just going to move out that army, and it's just going to stand there for the moment. There goes that Ling that's been there so long. Just kind of checking out the area. Those changelings partying with Mr. Monday. That is something you want to watch out for as a player. If you want to move up a few leagues, not a few leagues, what am I saying? When you're playing, check your units. Know what your units are and what aren't your units, because those changelings will sit around, and I mean, that's free vision that BrokeBack is getting right now. If you chose to move out, he'd know it. Or if you grab a third, he might end up seeing your probe go down there and build it. So that's something you need to be wary of and keep an eye out for. Those changelings ultimately aren't that hard to figure out that they're not yours. Now, Pylon Crazy going down by sGMrMonday. Obviously, you want pylons, but I don't necessarily recommend throwing down for want. Obviously, he does have a lot of money at this time, but you want to be putting that into units instead of mass pylons. And here comes BrokeBack Army. Let's hit normal speed really quick here. And I am actually going to pause the game. Sorry to briefly kill the action for you. I'm going to put up some screen there, but I need to go to busy. I'm going to bring that down now. And we'll resume this battle. Let's bring down the HUD just before we start so we can get all the glory of this battle as BrokeBack appears to be breaking the back of sGMrMonday. Let's see which army will prevail here. We do have a lot of high DPS Hydralisks in the back, but those Void Rays may end up doing quite a bit of damage. Do have an Immortal in the mix as well. A bit of frame rate issues. I don't even know if you're seeing everything here, but you can definitely see why I'm going to have to move on to the new replays. You'll notice I'm not even talking about the battle because I'm frankly not seeing it at the moment. But yes, sGMrMonday has definitely been steamrolled at the front there. Let's bring up that HUD, and sGMrMonday is going to have to call the GG there. And what I'm going to do here is go over a quick overview of kind of what sGMrMonday did wrong, not necessarily to win the game, but some hints to put him into the game. And really what it came down to is he sat on one gateway, which is blowing up right there. He sat on one gateway for so long and never capitalized off of that situation. Well, not... That was totally wrong English, guys. I apologize. You sat on one gateway for way too long and didn't produce any new units. You need to produce units earlier. You need to expand. You know, if you're doing a Forge Fast Expand, get the expand, don't get a gateway. Get more gateways early. Get lots of gateways. You're sitting on 2,000 cash here. That could have been units defending against this Zerg push. So, more gateways so your warp cycle is obviously not necessarily quicker, but you have more to pop out. Never be afraid to have too many unit producing buildings because you can get your army rebuilt super quick. And of course, expand more. Check out your main here. It's almost depleted. You would have very quickly been working off only your natural. You need to grab a third. Check out the Protoss and how many bases he's on. He's actually on 3 mining bases, and as his main is going out at the same time as sGMrMonday's, he is already actually grabbed a 4th. So keep an eye on your resources, expand, 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 and build more buildings that produce units, more production facilities. And of course, earlier as I noted, don't necessarily build 4 pylons at a time. Build 1 or 2 and go from there. So those are some easy, simple hints or tips that should put you into the game. They aren't necessarily going to win it for you, but they should make it a competition. Obviously, BrokeBack kind of steamrolled sGMrMonday here. But I do want to give a big congrats to BrokeBack. He did pull off the win in this game, and I want to give a thanks to sGMrMonday. He's the fan that sent in this game, and he sent in a game where he lost, and it takes some balls to send in a game where you've lost. Because obviously I'm going to ridicule you a little bit, but I'm also going to give you some hints and tips to try to up your play. So, thanks to BrokeBack for playing a good game. Thanks to sGMrMonday for sending this in. I am, of course, Zoronden, and as I said earlier in this video, guys, I need 1.50 replays. So please send them in to Zoronden@gmail.com. That is in the information below. Sub and thumbs up if you liked. Thanks, guys, and I will catch all of you on the other side.